What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the Man, and on this night, we're going to talk about something a little different, something that's currently happening in the world today that I can relate to my channel. I know y'all heard about the situation with the rapper DaBaby and his girlfriend and mother of his child, Dani Leigh. A really chaotic and difficult situation that they're in. I don't really talk much about celebrity situations, but I feel like we can all learn something from this situation. And I'm going to give you my 4 takeaways from this situation. But before I start, can you please subscribe to my channel? If you like what I talk about, my topics, and understanding the mind of a good man, understanding us, period. Make sure you hit that red button below this video box, like, comment, and tell me what you think about this situation. Tell me what you think, what I said, and my 4 takeaways about this situation, from which I think we can all learn something. And if you got an Instagram, make sure you check me out at sealztheman on all platforms. All right, so let's get to it. So for those of you who don't know about the situation, the rapper, he's like a superstar in the rap world. His name is DaBaby, and he has a relationship with another star, a young lady named Dani Leigh. They're both very popular in their own fields. And over this past weekend, they had a falling out where DaBaby posted a live video of their fallout to the public eye. On this live video, he was kicking her out the house. He called the police on her, and I believe she was charged with 2 charges of assault. And then this was a recent update. But it's a lot more complex than how I'm describing it. If you want to check out the video, you'll understand what I mean by that. So the first takeaway from this that I feel like we can all learn from, especially our men out there, is that number 1, this is one of the most important takeaways I'm going to say. A man should never, ever embarrass the mother of his child, especially to the public eye. Let's just think about this, man. This woman bared and birthed your legacy. This woman bared and birthed your creation. I feel like in this time and place in society, we have lost the appreciation of the magnitude of creating another human. Do you know how amazing that is? Do you know how miraculous that is to create a child? But it has become a norm that making children is just a norm. You just created another human. That is crazy within itself. And as a man, one of our greatest accomplishments and one of our greatest capabilities is to be able to produce seeds, to create another one of us. So keeping that in mind, it is even more miraculous when a woman births a child, because this all happens in her body, in her canal, in her womb. She's having all this weird stuff happening that results in the creation of a human being. So, keeping that in mind, you're in a relationship with a woman who's going through all of that, who created your legacy, who birthed another one of you. You're in a relationship with her, right? You have some kind of love for her, right? She created another you. Don't you think that deserves the utmost respect? And I can speak from a personal perspective when it comes to this, because I grew up fatherless. My father ditched my mom when he found out she was pregnant. So I feel this from another level. So when you're able to go into social media and embarrass this woman, your woman, to people who most of them don't even matter, that shows just how much respect you have. Your lover, the mother of your child. Why does getting the viewership of these people, these strangers you don't even know, overtake the appreciation of the woman who bared and birthed and created another one of you? How does that scale work? And that takes me to my second takeaway. Your business, our business, should not be everyone's business. What happens between us, the things we're working on, should stay between us, unless it is absolutely necessary for another factor to join this solution. That could be an unbiased ear, that could be therapy, and in unfortunate cases, that can be protection. But if it is not on a violent or disrespectful or damaging level, then we should be able to handle this, as long as the respect is mutual between us. So knowing that, you also have to know that everyone does not deserve to know your business. So when DaBaby put his business out on his Instagram live for everyone to see, he is clearly violating his relationship with the mother of his child. Now, I must say, there are certain situations where you need to videotape or record things that are happening that will prove your innocence. But in this video, she wasn't hitting him. She was standing behind him. She was talking. They were arguing. But from what I saw, there was no violence. But I didn't see any reason for him to put his on an Instagram live. That's not only embarrassing to her, but it's embarrassing to you because people are like, yo, why are you putting your business online? That situation could have been handled off camera. There shouldn't have been no camera. But that's the mature thing to do, right? Let's talk it out. Let's communicate. If we can't communicate, if it comes to assault, then I'm calling the cops on you. But in that whole situation, I'm not going to put you on my Instagram live. What is that going to do for this situation? It's going to do nothing but add fuel to the fire. Unnecessary. My third takeaway from this situation is, if you know someone lives a certain lifestyle, do not be confused or surprised if they continue that lifestyle with you. There's a very popular saying that I used to hear when I grew up. How you get them is how you lose them. When someone shows their true colors the first time, you better believe them. There's so many quotes that align with this message. When someone shows their true self, you need to acknowledge that, because you'll end up being the fool if you sit there and ignore it or create your own fantasy of this person or this version of this person in your head that you want them to be. You gotta be real. And in being real, you also gotta understand the consequences of getting to the situation when you know the situation, you know who this person is, and you know how this person rock. So how can you be confused when this person does the same exact things you saw when you first met him? Another huge problem people make is that they try to change people from their ways. I call it caping, because superheroes wear capes. They want to be their superhero. They want to save them from themselves. Let me tell you one thing. It is not your job to save someone. I'm not saying that people can't change, but it is not your job to be the reason for their change. You can help people out of love and concern, but at the end of the day, it will be their choice to change, not yours. And that's real. Like, you meet a guy, you know he has a history of beating women, but you get with him thinking that he's not going to touch you. He's not going to beat you. Or you meet a girl, you know she's a gold digger, you know she's a scammer. But nah, there's no way she can do that to you, right? Let's be real. We can't close our eyes when the truth is smacking us in the face with truth. Open your eyes. You can give water to a thirsty snake, and after he drinks that water, he's going to bite you. But do you know why? It's because it's a snake. A snake is going to do what a snake does. And you can't be mad at that because you knew it was a snake. You get me? And my fourth takeaway from this unfortunate situation is that social media has given power to those who lust for attention. And it makes my stomach turn because imagine what they were doing before it was social media, before they had a platform to expose their desperate tendencies and ways. Just imagine the things and the tactics they were doing before there was a Facebook to express their opinions or a Twitter to make a fake page and say things they wouldn't say to a real person's face. And it sucks because social media is a blessing and a curse, right? Social media has done so many good things. It has created so many blessings for people who use it in the right way. But then on the flip side of the coin, you have people who lust for attention, who turns on their live and expose the mother of their child in difficult situations and arguments to people who don't deserve to know about it. People who would rather see likes and get likes and prioritize that over the respect they have for their loved ones. It feels like the world is literally upside down. We are living in a backwards society where the things that don't matter matter and the things that matter don't matter. Man, that was a tongue twister. But now we have situations where you can take a peek inside someone's life, someone's relationship. And we all know relationships aren't perfect and it can get really ugly. But now we have the free access to see these things about anybody's relationship if they choose to expose it. And for the person who's holding the camera, if they love attention, if they want attention, if they seek attention from those who don't matter, from strangers, to embarrass the target, they have that power to now. And another reason why this sucks is because it discourages growth. When people like this use social media, it boasts their ego and their sense of entitlement. And if this type of person feeds off of other people's opinions and likes and haha, that's funnies, then this will do nothing but make it seem like it's all right to be this way. It does the opposite of showing them that this is not the right way to be a man. This is not the right way to growth. So in the conclusion of this video, I just want to make sure y'all understand that I am not judging DaBaby or Dani Leigh. If you watch my videos, you know I do not judge. I'm just here to bring clarification, a brutally honest perspective, but in all goodwill. I'm just trying to make us do better, be better men and women out here, have better relationships with people and have better relationships with ourselves. Sending my prayers to their situation and anyone who's going through this situation. There's a lot of stories out there. There's a lot of people going through it right now who are in abusive relationships from both men and women. Mentally abusive relationships. All types of negativity. So my prayers out to y'all. But I hope that y'all can find some kind of encouragement from my videos. So I want y'all to take care of yourselves. Always want the best for yourselves. Peace and blessings. Good night.